Oh wait, it's time for episode 43 of Hirogaru Sky Pretty Care, and wow. Yeah, they're definitely going down the big route for this core in Hirogaru. Well, obviously since they're getting to the ending, so yeah, there's gonna be a lot more interesting episodes coming up, and this was one of them. So it's like a continuation of episode 41, basically, where she was writing her picture book, and then she decided to write it about Monda's and everyone's about the autumn stories and all that stuff. And she's still trying to think about what could be the motivation about being sad and develop that into a storybook where how a falling leaf can still be good at doing something when a person feels they have failed or been defeated, that feeling that they can still land up even though they have fallen. She tried thinking about that, and she also forgot that it's she also had to enter this picture book into the contest and all that stuff, and her friends helped her remind about it, and so Mashio then goes to the park to continue her inspiration by being in the autumn area to get some more inspiration and all that stuff. And then she comes across Monda, who comes up to her and she asked him if he could read her picture book that she of the pages that she's already made to ask what she thinks since she based it off of him and his worries and emotions. Of course, these emotions were technically from Battamonda, even though they were deceivable and made of lies. This was also the point where she explained about the idea about the little fallen leaf in the story and with him, and then he just immediately just broke down and started ripping out her pictures in the book, stomp on it, and then he goes in the rampage and mentions Undergu Empire, which was the key point for Mashiro to realize that Monda is actually Battamonda, and then he steals her Mirage Pen, transforms back into his real form, and starts having an argument with her. But instead of sorry, what was I talking about? My mom just called me for a moment. All right, so basically she was talking about she didn't have any emotion to be angry at Batamona for all the lies, although it's obvious she was hurt by them. But this also made her realize why Scarehead was attacking Monda in episode 41 as well, because he was related to the Underdark Empire and he was Battamonda. But then she says that I'll save you, even though she know and saying because Underdark Empire's main motive is about being strong and stuff like that. And she wants to save Battamonda because once these members fail, they get really worse punishments. And she does not want to happen that to Battamonda like it had happened with Kapitan in Minatoron previously. And of course, they were able to save them, but now she wants to save Battamonda as well as her motivation because she has this connection to open up to Battamonda, and he didn't wanted to hear any of it, and so he fled with taking Mashia's pen and leaving her in the rain to Sora finding her in the distraught state when she was crying about what occurred. It was also during this moment when, Batamon went into an alley, Scarehead appeared and took the Mirage Pen and offered up a dark energy ball to give to Batamonda to prove his worth to the Underdark Empire still, and all that stuff. And he was in that tight position about it. And when Masha was talking to her friends about what occurred and all that stuff, she does have the feeling that she was not worth anything, but because she had Sora, Ageha, and Tsubasa, along with Ellie Chan supporting her, she was able to find her worth. And so she knows that there is worth in Battamonda, and she wants to share that worth with him to show that he does have that inside him. She wants to talk to Battamonda Sora tried to talk to Scarehead in the last episode, which technically failed, but this one may be successful. And so that is basically the Pretty Cure's plans to talk to Battamonda. So they go to the park where he's there, And he reveals the dark energy ball at the same time, with also the arguments like continuing, but Mashiro promising that she'll save him along with the others. And all that stuff, and Scareheads like manipulating Battamonda in the background, holding the Mirage plan, like mentioning about that. And this scene in particular, like, just watch that scene, and like the words, like, oh my, like, it's just perfect in that scene. The words just like feel everything to make it come out. But of course, Battamondo also like uses his dark energy ball and turns into a Super Saiyan looking Broly monster. Oh, okay. Dragon Ball reference, of course, because like I think Dragon Ball was also animated by Toei Animation, so yeah. But what I also liked it about this part, when he went to his monster form, he was able to control half of himself before he went insane, and be able to punch some sense into Scarehead, that he was like, his anger punched some of it into Scarehead, to be able for him to drop the pen, and so he can just give it back to Mashiro, so she can transform into a Pretty Cure. And he said all like his frustrations to Scarehead for a moment. And of course, this is not the Scarehead at all. And then he lost control, and so the Pretty Cure had to transform and fight him. And he was really strong, of course, but it was Prism who had to be the one to defeat him all the way through. And so she was able to do that and be able to like still get a piece of him that was inside him that didn't got like fully consumed by the Undark energy, and she was able to use a powered up prism shot called Prism Shine, and it was able to heal him. So the Cures then got to use Majestic Elation to complete the full purification process. And he thanked them after that, but Scarehead just leaves, and like he always does. And like they talked with Battamonda again, and like he's like looking at Sora, saying like, even though like they've been like through like a lot of stuff, like with what's going on in 23, like their last fight, like that was like crazy emotions and all that stuff, she still saved him. And so like says, well, there's no more like energy but enemy, like the you know what, between them anymore. So she forgives him and all that stuff. And then like it just ended off with like Masha, with like him just like walking away and saying, I'm sorry for ripping your book and all that stuff. And then it will end with like Masha winning the grand prize, which she aimed for with the storybook about like that. And it's like, I really liked this episode, as it showed about like you're worth something. You have worthfulness that in you. And that's basically like what the main point of this episode was, and I liked it. And so that will be my review for episode 43 of Hirogaru Sky Pretty Cure. So episode 44, let's talk about that for a second. I think we're going to be able to see Empress Undergu by what the looks of it are. And I just have to say, even though we don't get to see her face just yet, like, she definitely got like the Queen of Hearts vibe in her design, and I like it. Also, we get to see a grown-up-ish version of Ellie-chan that seems to be the legendary Cure. So we might get some more. So we're gonna definitely get some more Skyland lore in the next episode, and I can't wait for it. So that's all I have to say, and that's my review for episode 43. And I'll see you next time in my other reviews and other videos if you tend to stick around my channel. Anyway, bye.